Periva Sharanam. Today we will be learning the 18th sloka. As usual, we will be reciting the 16th and the 17th sloka first and then go into the learning of the 18th sloka.
Kavindranam chetaha kamalavanabalataparuchim bhajante ye santaha kadichidarunameva bhavatim virinchipreyasyaha tarunatara shrungara lahari gabhirabhirvagbihi vidadhati satam ranjanamami savitribhirvacham shashimanishilabhangaruchibhihi vashinyadhyabhistvam sahajanani sanchintayati yaha sakarta kavyanam bhavati mahatam bhangiruchibhihi vachobhirvagdevi vadana kamalamodamadhuraihi tanuchayabhiste 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 tarunataranishri saranibhihi tarunataranishri saranibhihi tarunataranishri saranibhihi divam sarvamurvim divam sarvamurvim divam sarvamurvim arunimanimagnam smarati yaha arunimanimagnam smarati yaha arunimanimagnam smarati yaha bhavantyasya trasyat bhavantyasya trasyat bhavantyasya trasyat vanaharina shalina nayanaha vanaharina shalina nayanaha vanaharina shalina nayanaha sahorvashyavashyaha 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 kati kati nagirvana ganikaha kati kati nagirvana ganikaha kati kati nagirvana ganikaha tanuchayabhiste tarunataranishri saranibhihi tanuchayabhiste tarunataranishri saranibhihi tanuchayabhiste tarunataranishri saranibhihi divam sarvamurvim arunimanimagnam smarati yaha divam sarvamurvim arunimanimagnam smarati yaha divam sarvamurvim arunimanimagnam smarati yaha bhavantyasya trasyat vanaharina shalina nayanaha bhavantyasya trasyat vanaharina shalina nayanaha bhavantyasya trasyat vanaharina shalina nayanaha sahorvashyavashyaha
कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः
सहोर्वश्यावश्याः कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः सहोर्वश्यावश्याः कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः
तनुच्छायाभिस्ते तरुणतरणिश्रीसरणिभिः दिवं सर्वामुर्वीम् अरुणिमणिमग्नां स्मरति यः
तनुच्छायाभिस्ते तरुणतरणिश्रीसरणिभिः दिवं सर्वामुर्वीम् अरुणिमणिमग्नां स्मरति यः तनुच्छायाभिस्ते तरुणतरणिश्रीसरणिभिः दिवं सर्वामुर्वीम् अरुणिमणिमग्नां स्मरति यः
भवन्त्यस्यत्रस्यत् वनहरिणशालीननयनाः सहोर्वश्यावश्याः कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः
भवन्त्यस्यत्रस्यत् वनहरिणशालीननयनाः सहोर्वश्यावश्याः कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः
भवन्त्यस्यत्रस्यत्
वनहरिणशालीननयनाः सहोर्वश्यावश्याः कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः
तनुच्छायाभिस्ते तरुणतरणिश्रीसरणिभिः दिवं सर्वामुर्वीम् अरुणिमणिमग्नां स्मरति यः भवन्त्यस्यत्रस्यत् वनहरिणशालीननयनाः सहोर्वश्यावश्याः कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः
तनुच्छायाभिस्ते तरुणतरणिश्रीसरणिभिः दिवं सर्वामुर्वीम् अरुणिमणिमग्नां स्मरति यः भवन्त्यस्यत्रस्यत् वनहरिणशालीननयनाः सहोर्वश्यावश्याः कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः तनुच्छायाभिस्ते तरुणतरणिश्रीसरणिभिः दिवं सर्वामुर्वीम् अरुणिमणिमग्नां स्मरति यः भवन्त्यस्यत्रस्यत् वनहरिणशालीननयनाः सहोर्वश्यावश्याः कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः.
Before we dive into the meaning of each and every word of the shloka, this shloka is told to be a sloka for Stri Vashyam or attracting women. Periva has not explained about this shloka in his Deivathin Kural, but he has mentioned it in another place and we will be reading about it from Voice of God. This will be very helpful for us to get a basic understanding of what this shloka actually says and what is intended in it. As told before, this shloka is not for any Vashyam or Stri Vashyam, but the real meaning is different and it is given by Periva. His words are as follows. If a man meditates on Ambal, imagining that the lustre of her body casts redness not only on the sky, but on everything from the sky to the earth, that all cosmos acquires redness, he will be blessed with the power of attraction. This is mentioned in the 18th sloka. We must not be attracted by the subject of attraction. It can lead us to wrong things. This is why I made a high jump and came to the later shloka. However, I wish to speak about the special qualities of the redness of Ambal, and I turned to this stanza because I thought it would be a good idea to speak about the inner meanings of what is called attraction or bringing people under one's influence or power. Vashikaram, Strivashyam, obtaining the beauty of Manmatha, and so on are dealt with in Soundarya Lahari and similar Shakta works. It would be perilous to understand them in a literal sense. When a man tries to attract others, what happens in reality? It means he himself has been attracted by them. He therefore uses the Vashya mantra in order to possess them, to hold them in his power. When he amasses money, acquires a house and land and property, he believes that he is the owner of all these assets. But in reality, it is he who is being owned by them, who is enslaved by them. When he is deprived of what he owns, he suffers. Does it not mean then that he is the subject to them? If a man attempts Vashyam, that is, tries to bring an object or person under his control or possession, in reality, it is he who is a victim of the act of Vashyam, since he is enslaved by the object or person that is the target of his Vashya mantra. To put it differently, he becomes a slave to the desire of bringing others under his influence. If such is the case, the way will remain closed for him to meditate on Ambal, to have her always in his mind, and reach eventually the ultimate objective of self-realization. Do you think that the Acharya, the other great men and seers who propounded the mantra shastras, would have taught such a method which would prevent a man from reaching higher goals? When Acharya speaks of the mental state of the devotees of Ambal, he says, Mridita mala mayena manasa. This is the shloka 21, which we will be seeing in a later date. It means that the mind of the devotee will be free of all impure thoughts and desires, that it will keep Maya suppressed. The man who worships Ambal must perform a Kalinga Mardhana of Maya, that is, he must keep Maya crushed in the same way as Krishna subdued the dreaded serpent Kalinga. It would not be just to associate him, that is the devotee of Ambal, with inferior and unsavory forms of Vashya. So, we have to understand that what is said about Vashya, thus, that the sadhaka, the devout practitioner or seeker in question, does not become a subject to the attraction or influence of anything, and that his mind is always under control. That which he is said to have brought under his power, that is, that which is subject to his Vashya, is to be understood as something that has been absorbed in him. It is like what the Lord says in Gita, like all rivers drawn by the ocean into it and brought under its control. So, does not becoming Vashya mean drawn? After all, the rivers are drawn into the ocean. Can the ocean relate to the rivers as an independent entity, Or can the rivers relate to the ocean as independent entity? The two, the rivers together and the ocean, become one non-dualistic entity, and that it becomes utterly tranquil. In the same case with the Janani, all desires flow into him and he reaches the state in which these desires are annihilated. The desire for objects that exist as dual outwardly are internalized by him, that is, by the Janani, and this is figuratively spoken as Vashya. If you make an object not merely your own, but make it yourself, how can it remain an independent entity, inspiring desire in you for it? If all the three worlds are drawn into a man, that is Vashya, in the form of a woman, it means that the cosmos itself is not external to him, but a part of him, that is within him. And if he himself becomes like Manmatha, how can Manmatha triumph over him? So, the fact of a man assuming the appearance of Manmatha means he accomplishes Kama Jayam or conquest of Kama. That is how the idea of one assuming the form of Manmatha must be understood. This is the basic understanding with which we have to approach this sloka. That is why we have read out the extract from Voice of God. Now we will go into the meaning of the sloka line by line. Tanuchayabhiste Tarunatarani Sri Saranibihi. The first words are Tanuchayabhiste. This can be split as Tanuchayabhihi te. Tanu means body, chaya means shade or reflection or our shadow, or we can say a glow that emanates from our body. Te is your. The glow that emanates out of your body is the meaning of the words. What is that glow? In the last two shlokas, we have been seeing what Periyava told us about Aruna Saraswati, how she is red in color. This Aruna, she is red, and the same is continued here. We are talking about the same Aruna Saraswati or Aruna, and this glow which is emanating out of her body is what is said here. She is Aruna. So how this glow is going to be? It is also going to be red. So the beautiful red glow that is coming out of the body of Ambal. Taruna is new or young. Tarani is sun. Here it means the rising young or new sun. The same description only had been given in the previous shloka, where it describes Ambal as Aruna as having the color of the new or young rising sun, that red, orangish red color. The same thing is told here, that is, this glow that emanates from Ambal is in the color of the rising new young sun, which is reddish orange in color. Sri Saranibihi. Saranibihi means arrangement. The glow that comes out of Ambal, which are arranged like the rays of the sun, which is young and new. So what does this rays that emanate out of Ambal do? That is given in the next line. Divam sarva murvim arunimani magnam smaratiyaha. In the last shloka, the same yaha came. In the last line, sanchintayatiyaha. That is, a person who is doing dhyanam of Ambal or doing upasana of Ambal. The same way, here it is given smaratiyaha. Same meaning only. Now going to the first words, Divam Sarvam Urvim. Divam is something that is connected to Devaloka or heaven. Sarvam Urvim. Urvim means something that is related to the earth. So Divam means heaven or Swargaloka and Urvim means earth or Bhuloka. This Sarvam means all these things together. So we can read it as Divam Urvim Sarvam in prose order. So the Bhuloka, the Swargaloka and all these lokas together, whatever lokas other than this is there, all these together, what happens? Aruni Mani Magnam Smaratiyaha. This Magnam we have seen in the first few shlokas. Nimagnanam Damshtra Muraripu Varahasya Bhavati. Same way here also it is immersed. Immersed with what? Aruni Mani Magnam Arunima. That is the color of Aruna or the reddish orange color. The color of the rising sun. In the first line, it is told that the rays of glow that emanate out of Ambal's body, who is actually Aruna, is also in the color of red or Aruna, and this color or these rays immerse the whole of this earth, the heaven and all the other lokas that are around, and that person who thinks or meditates upon Ambal like this or upon this color which immerses all these worlds is said here, is the meaning of these two lines. So what will happen to him? To a person who is meditating or doing upasana of Ambals, this red color which immerses the whole of all these worlds, what will happen to him? Bhavantyasya trasyat vanaharina shalina nayanaha. Bhavantyasya is split as Bhavanti plus Asya. Asya means him, to that person. Bhavanti plus Asya is to him. What that person is going to get? Trasyat vanaharina shalina nayanaha. Trasyat means frightened or to be needing protection. Vanaharina. Harina is deer and Vanaharina is a forest deer. Just like a frightened forest deer, Shalina Nayanaha. Shalina means resembling and Nayanaha means eyes. So those who are having eyes which are like the frightened forest deer, and who are they? That is given in the next line. Sahor Vashya Vashyaha Kati Katina Girvana Ganikaha. How is this split? Saha Urvashyaha Vashyaha Kati Katina Girvana Ganikaha. We will first see the Girvana Ganikaha, then come to the rest of the words. Girvana Ganikaha are the celestial women or the celestial courtesans. And who are they? That is said in the first words. Saha Urvashyaha. Starting from Urvashi, all the others. Or together with Urvashi. So these women become Vashyaha. That is, they get attracted towards this person who is doing this upasana of Ambal, who is Aruna, or who understands the beauty and importance of this red and orangish color of Ambal. So they get attracted towards this person, and the last words are Kati Katina. In this, the na is to be read with the bhavanti of the third line. If we rearrange the words, we can understand the meaning better. So, asya त्रस्यत् वनहरिणशालीन नयनाः गीर्वाण गणिकाः ऊर्वश्याः सह कति कति वश्याः न भवन्ति. For a person who is doing dhyanam of Ambal and who thinks all heaven and earth as immersed in the redness emanated by the luster of her body, which is like the color of the rising sun, to him how many celestial courtesans, this kati kati means many or how many celestial women or courtesans along with Urvashi, whose eyes resemble the frightened forest deer, are not submissive, it is asked as a question. How will these people not be attracted to you? That is the question here. So all people will be attracted towards this person who is doing Ambal Upasana in this form. This shloka talks about the speciality and the greatness of the Aruna Varnam of Ambal. As told before, this Vashyam should be understood in a proper way and not in the literal meaning of it. We can see that here these celestial women are said to be getting attracted towards this man. Now, why are these celestial beings referred here? Maybe to highlight the importance of this shloka or this Vashyam, where generally the human beings are the ones who are being attracted towards something else or to these Ramba, Urvashi and others. But here these women are getting attracted to the man. This shows that the equation itself is reversed here and this man becomes even more powerful than all these people. And how he becomes powerful? By doing the Upasana of Ambal or by understanding the importance of the Aruna Varnam of Ambal and doing the Dhyanam of her beautiful color which immerses both heaven, earth and other lokas. So let us understand this shloka properly in the proper meaning and let us note that this shloka should not be used for anything else other than Ambal Dhyanam. Periva Sharanam.